Hello, guys. Today, for Read Aloud, we're going to read a really nice book, and it's called Be My Neighbor. And the authors are Maya Jmera and John D. Ivanko. This book was published by a Global Fund for Children book, and we can see four different kids on the cover. Where do you think these kids are from? Are they from Asia, maybe? Do their eyes look like yours? Here on the back cover, we can see five different kids also. All of them are smiling, and all of them seem to be using comfortable clothes. Be My Neighbor, with words of wisdom from Fred Rogers. Now we can see loads of kids. And who is this guy on the middle? Is he their grandfather, maybe? Maybe their teacher? Who do you think this older man in the middle is? Words of wisdom from Fred Rogers. On our television program, Alistair Rogers' Neighborhood, I sing, "Won't you be my neighbor?" Neighbors are people who care about and help each other. Sometimes they live in the same real neighborhood, but they can also be neighbors even if they live far away, live in a different country where people talk differently, or wear different clothes, or get different foods. But they can still be your neighbors. They can still be people we care about, just because they are human beings. Every person in this world started out as a baby, needing food and diapers and a place to sleep and, most of all, love. In fact, every person started out just like you. As different as we are from one another and unique as one of us is, we are much more the same than we are different. Fred Rogers, 1928, 2003. Generously shared by Family Communications Inc., the non-profit company founded by Fred Rogers. So, Fred Rogers said these wisdom words for us. Now we can see a neighborhood. In this image, we can see two different houses and two little kids. What do you think they're doing? Are they playing soccer? Are they just running after the ball? Your neighborhood is a special place. A neighborhood is where you live, learn, grow up, play, and work, surrounded by your family and friends. Each and every neighborhood is a special place. Yours might be in the mountains, along the coast, or somewhere in between. It might have important historical sites, such as a monument or the home of someone famous. And here we can see three different neighborhoods from three different countries. One of them is in Papua New Guinea. We can see there's a lake there and a little kid looking at this lake. In Oman, we can see kids playing together, lots of them. And in Spain, we can see two kids. Do you think they are related? Do you think they are brothers, cousins? It may be part of a village, town, or big city. And in this image, we can see a village in China and a little kid walking. Neighborhoods around the world can look very different. Some neighborhoods have lots and lots of people in them, while others have only a small population, such as those on a remote island in the country or high up in the hills. Some neighborhoods are made up of a few buildings in a town or village, while others stretch for miles and miles and are part of a big city. So, in the left image, we can see a neighborhood in Canada, and we can mountains and a lot of houses too, a lake, and a lot of snow. In the right image, we can see a neighborhood in USA, and it's in the city, and there's a lot of people in the street and loads of children playing too. In this image, we can see a lot of kids too. They are all in a playground. Some of them are smaller than the others. Some of them have different skin colors, different hair colors. Every neighborhood is made up of lots of different people. Your neighborhood can be made up of people of all ages, interests, and backgrounds. Some members of your neighborhood may live like you and your family, and others may have different habits and customs that are celebrated in different kinds of festivals and community activities. The post office, town square, places of worship, and sports fields are places where people from your community come together. Now, again, we can see a lot of kids. In the first image on the right, we can see kids from Mexico. They are walking on the street, and where do you think they are going to? Do you think they are going to school? Because they are using backpacks. In the image below this one, we have a family maybe from Vietnam. We can see they are all in motorcycles and bicycles. And in the last one, we can see five kids in a baseball field. This is in the USA. Most of them are using something in their heads. What is it? It's hats. And lots of different homes. A house can be just for your family, or it can be in an apartment, in a large building where many families live next to one another. Houses can be made from different materials, such as wood, brick, glass, or even mud, grass, or rocks. In places where the weather is cold, houses are made to keep you warm. In warm climates, houses are built to keep you cool. No matter where you live, houses are for making you and your family comfortable, dry, and safe. And in these three images we have here are from different houses. The first one in the right is on Philippines, and it seems to be a tree house. The one below it is on Mongolia. It's a different kind of house we are used to see. The other one is in Japan. We can see other houses here too. The first one in the right is in Turkey. We can see some kids playing around. The one below it, the house, what is this color? Is it green? Yeah, and it's in Bahamas. and we can see two kids riding bicycles. And the last one is on Mali, and is a really different kind of house too, isn't it? Neighborhoods also have schools. We can see now three kids looking at something, maybe the teacher, and one of them, the middle one, is raising her hand. There are many kinds of school in your neighborhood. Some are large and some may be as small as just one room. Sometimes school is held in your house. Schools are important because they help you learn and become more helpful to your community. So the first image we can see is on the top left, is on Kenya, and we can see a crowded room. There's a lot of kids there, and they are all close to each other. The first one on the right, we can see a school in Brazil. Yes, probably is a homeschool because this kid is alone with an elder people. The one below it is on Cuba. We can see a class walking to the school and they are using uniforms. And the last one is in China. They are sitting together to read their books. Places to worship. So we can see three different images. The first one on the left is on Thailand, and they are lighting up some incenses for their god. The other one is in Iraq, and they are with a priest. And the last one is on Brunei, and they are in a mosque praying for their god. We can also see a church in Jamaica with these two girls in front of. And the other image is from three boys lighting up candles in USA. Your neighborhood often has one or more places to worship, depending on their religious beliefs of the people who live there. You might go with your family to a large cathedral, synagogue, or mosque. You may have friends who go to a temple or worship in their home. Places to play. And here we can see a large pool, two large pools. Parks, plazas, streets, and backyards are all places to play in a community. If your neighborhood is near a lake, a river, or an ocean, you and your friends might go swimming, fishing, or boating. Swimming pools, ice rinks, sports fields, and playgrounds are places especially made for having fun. The image in France, we can see a lot of kids in a balance. The other one are they are playing in the snow. And the last one, they are playing some kind of game with rope. Many neighborhoods have markets, restaurants, shopping malls, or grocery stores to buy what you and your family need. Some places are large with lots of different things for sale, while other stores are small, selling only specific items like bread or cheese. You can even create your own place to sell something homemade to others in your community, and places to buy the things you need. So we can see market in Mexico. There they probably sell lots of different foods. In the other image is also a market. Maybe it can be a market or a grocery store in France, and you can see a lot of fruits there. Skin, skin. Where do you think he is from? What is he holding up? Is it a fruit? What is it? Here we can see kids going to school. In USA, in the first image, they are going by bus and yellow bus. The other one in Thailand, it's another kind of vehicle that we are not used to see here on. And in Costa Rica, we can see a kid riding a bicycle. There are lots of ways to get around your neighborhood. Buses, cars, trains, boats, and big trucks are some ways that you can get from one part of your neighborhood to another. For short distances, walking, biking, or skateboarding are also good ways to get around with your friends. By sharing rides or using public transportation, you meet other people who live with or work in or visit your neighborhood. So in Argentina, we can see people riding uh, a wagon that is pulled by a horse and they go in the back. In the other image, we can see kids going by bus, now a red bus. Neighborhoods have special events and big celebrations. Special events such as anniversaries, block parties, or local festivals let you join other people in your community to celebrate and to share in some fun and great food. Parades, cultural events, and national holidays are other big celebrations that bring a neighborhood together. So we can see one image in USA. They are holding the USA flag. The Scouts boys are holding it. In India, we can see some kids holding the Indian flag too. And in Russia, they look like to be participating of a festival. Here we can see a lot of kids together, probably in some kind of holiday too, like Halloween or some local holiday. In your neighborhood, you share responsibilities. So in USA, we can see some kids and a woman, probably their mom, and they are on the beach. It seems they are fishing. In Japan, we can see some kids cleaning up the floor. And in USA, there's this boy walking his dog. In Denmark, this kid is going to the post office to post probably a letter to someone. And in United Kingdom, we can see a policeman playing with a ball with two other kids. People who live in the same neighborhood often work together to make it a better place. You might join your neighbors to clean up a river or work with your youth group to plant trees in a park. Neighbors look out for one another, perhaps helping someone find a lost dog or picking up falling branches after a big storm. They are also people in your neighborhood whose job it is to take care of you. Doctors, police officers, firefighters, and mail carriers, for example. And help out your family and friends. We can see an image in China and there's this girl helping a little boy to drink something. And in this other image, we can see a boy in Somalia taking up some maybe vegetables from the ground. Your family often counts on your help, perhaps with growing fruits and vegetables to sell at the market, or taking care of the law when you are old enough. Babysitting, feeding neighbors while they are out of town, or reading with an elderly person are neighborly ways of helping other people. So in India, we can see a girl filling a bucket with water. In Togo, we can see a girl sweeping the floor. And in the USA, we can see a guy, another kid, maybe helping this kid to move. Here we can see an image of two kids. Do you think they are related to? Do you think they are brother and sister? Maybe cousins or just friends? This image is on France and it's in the front of a house. Your neighborhood is where you feel at home. Neighbors have in common the place where they live. You celebrate your neighborhood because you're part of it and it's a part of you. Your neighborhood is a place where you learn about cooperation, respect, and friendship. It's the place you call home. So we can see three images. The first one on the left is on Guatemala. We can see four kids walking together, holding hands. The other image is on Romania. We can see lots of kids using winter clothes, and the other ones in South Africa. Be my neighbor wherever you live. So we can see an image of a map, of the Earth's map, with a lot of countries' names. So we can see China, Mongolia, Russia, Denmark, France, Spain. So that's it, guys. This beautiful crafted book explores the concept of community, using well-chosen words from the late Mr. Rogers as a starting point, illustrated with bright, beautiful, full-color photos of children around the world. The gorgeous spreads are organized by themes, including home schools, recreational areas, transportation, celebrations, and sharing responsibilities to improve the neighborhood and the lives of those who live there. School Library Journal said that. The engaging color photographs and the simple words make this an excellent resource for multicultural community unities. The Hornbook magazine. So that's it, guys. This is the book today. I hope you enjoyed it and have fun.